open in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. I open in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. And I ask Allah to guide my heart and to guide my tongue. And I know for you brothers who've been around, it was so comforting to hear Imam Jamil's voice on this video. And for those who understand or been in the community for a long time, that Imam Jamil did a lot of work in this community, and we can't discount that. And we love him for that. But also, if you looked at the way the video was put together, we also had Imam Nadim's voice on the video, because we want to stand up and support Imam Nadim just as well as we supported Imam Jamil. We want to put our full self behind his effort. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, you get the leadership that you deserve. So if you don't support your leader and you go around and you talk about behind his back or whatever, then that's not you doing your job. If you played any sports or you watched anything, Michael Jordan probably wouldn't have won a championship without Scottie Pippen. And if you get all the way down to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he received his revelation, he told his wife, and then he told his best friend. And from then, the community just grew. And the people, and Allah blessed the Islam to grow. So Imam Jamil, he had your brother Jamal, who's still here, who now supports Imam Nadim. And we have to do the same thing. We can't stand around and not work. Now, some of our older brothers, they're older. They can't work as hard as they used to. But when I came to this community, we were like an army. I went to school at Clark, and I worked at the Piedmont Driving Club. You know, that's how I made my money to pay for school. And when I used to go there, the people used to say, hey man, don't walk through that West End. Where you going? Where you live? I said, hey man, I live in West End. Like, man, don't you walk by that park. Because Imam Jamil was security conscious. He gave the community all that he had in terms of what he was familiar with. Some of us was blessed. When I came in the community, there were brothers now coming in from Clark College and different colleges. And we had different experiences, business experiences. And we were able to share those business experiences, and we can't drop the ball. Imam Jamil had a community and he had a dream. When this building became available, we went to purchase this building as part of the dream. It's been 20 years now, and the dream has to be fulfilled. And when I met with these young brothers, I met with them, and it was like, man, we want to change the condition of our community. I said, well, y'all ready to go get your boots? We got to do some work. It can't be lip service. It can't be that we just talk about it. We got to be about it. So they came in, they said, let's meet on Saturday. We went in, asked Brother Nadim for the key. I said, this part of this building, some of y'all never seen this other half of this building, right? Some of y'all, you never knew it was all this space on the other side of where we are now. Because we never opened it up. We always talked about what we was going to do. So now, I want you brothers to understand and try to dig into yourself to try to make this vision complete. Some people say they cannot protest or they can't go and they can't write letters to Imam Jamil, but to help fulfill a vision for the community will be something that will be very pleasing for Imam Jamil as well as Imam Nadim, because now they can feel like we're working. You know, I did an interview with Atlanta Masjid, and they asked me on the interview, Brother Aquil, what do you think is the problem of why we don't have young folks? in the communities anymore. And I said, because you don't pass the baton. You got to pass the baton. You got to mentor these young people, and you got to show them. They got more energy than you. They got the latest technology. They understand what to do. They know how to do it a little bit different than how we used to do it, because we do it old school. And when I'm talking about old school, like, hey, no, go get the log and back in Imam Jamil's house so we can warm the masjid up before Fajr. That's old school. Some of y'all ain't had to go through that. But I went through that. When I went to Imam Nadim and said, boy, they got central heat. You heard about that? Harun is our HVAC specialist. Now Amir is an HVAC specialist. You know, but I say, man, we got to put this in there, man. Let's turn it on. So you say, Aquil, it cost it. Hey, man, the money can never be the issue for us not to grow. Because Allah has given us this book, and it is guidance sure without doubt for those who fear Allah. And Allah has told you that if you give to me, I will increase it tenfold. And he said, if you give to me with sincerity, it will not diminish your wealth in the least. Now, you won't feel broke. You won't feel like you lost nothing. And when we stand around, we ask ourselves today, do we believe that? Everybody in this room had to ask yourself, do you believe what Allah say? When we shut the book, we say, Sadaqallahu al-Azim, and surely Allah speaks the truth. We say that, but do we believe it? Do we walk out of here and we go look at our bank account and say, man, I lost $1. I used to have $10,000. Elijah know a little bit about this because I used to talk to them when they were young. We used to have a group called the YMEA, Young Muslim Entrepreneur Association. Elijah was the head of that group. Elijah is very wealthy now, doing very good in the things that he do. Praise be to Allah. Well, we used to talk about the $10,000 Negro. And the $10,000 Negro, he panicked every time his bank account hit $9,999. He was at a panic. Oh man, hey man, I gotta get my dollar back. And some of us, we still the same way. We watch our money. Even though Allah said that if you give to him, he's gonna increase it. We don't want to increase. We want to look in the bank account. The bank account. The bank account. But what about the soul account? What do we do? What do we put forward for the soul? Do we put any money forward for the soul? Let me tell you how thankful I am to be working with these guys, because a lot of you brothers who are older, who are my age, y'all know. Like Nordine said, I went to Clark College. His mother was running track when I went to Clark College. I met his father. Me and Brother Yahya and Brother Amin, they worked at the rec for Brother Jihad. When I came through, I was already Muslim, had taken Shahada at Wilberforce University. And I went to Brother Jihad. I said, where the masjid at? He said, over the West End. Another brother, light-skinned brother, came to me. He said, brother, whatever you do, don't get mixed up with the West End people. Don't go over there. I said, man, in my life, everywhere they told me not to go, that's where I want to be. So I went over there and I said, hey, this look like home to me. And every day I went over there, brother, you know this, that Imam Jamil used to say, if you imitate a people, you are amongst them people. And when we used to go to Clark College, you got to do these reports, and I would come over there with my suit and tie on. He would say, I said, man, I'm straight. Don't worry about that. I came in to work. I'm straight now. I ain't the FBI, the GBI, the CIA. I ain't none of these folks. Even though some of them folks was around. But I ain't none of them. So you say, hey man, alhamdulillah. Let's go. So I want y'all to understand, man, that the money that we have, Allah is our Razak. He give it to whom he please. And he will take it away from you if you don't use it right. If you don't use it for the pleasure of Allah, Allah will strip you and you will be broke. Not only broke, but your soul will be broken. You will have a weak soul. So now when you see movement, you have a chance to be a part of something that is great. Something that is pleasing to Allah. And I'm asking you brothers today to deep in your pockets to give something to keep this program going. As the brothers brought up forth, we are moving. We've been rolling for maybe 3 months. 3-4 months, maybe, I don't know, 6 months? 6 months. And in 6 months, we have $21,000 in the bank. And I told them, and these brothers, they called me, they say, Brother Aquil, we doing the dinner. We going to get some money out the bank? No. Why? Muslims have trust issues. They don't trust each other. We won't touch not $1 until we can show that this dollar is going to this project. Not $1. We have no withdrawal slips, brothers. No withdrawal, not a nickel, not a dollar. We're not withdrawing no money till we come to you with a full plan, and now we're moving with operation. So people say we have trust issues amongst our community, amongst the brothers that we pray with, amongst the people that we say we love, amongst the people that we see every day. And that's a sickness. And the way to fix this sickness is we had to be together. We had to be together. Imam Jamil used to say, range yourselves in ranks. Allah said, thereby strongly repelling evil. We got to line up together. The fact that you brothers took your time out to come here, that gives us a chance to be together. We have not been together. If they let Imam Jamil come out, if he walked out today, and I think he did 21, 22 years, what would he see different? Did we stay locked up with him? Is our mind locked up where we can't move? We can't be together. We don't speak to each other. We don't get together. We don't do. So, brothers, this is a chance for us to change. Allah says He don't change the condition of the people till they change that which is in their heart, their love for things and each other. So now we turn in the corner. Based on what these young brothers are doing, where we can show some love to each other. And we try to create activity after activity so we can do what? Get a chance to be together. When I came here, I was 19 years old. I'm 60. Some of the brothers who came in with me, now they have medical problems. The old IDS that used to beat up on everybody for 10 years, we can't even run up and down the court. Probably can't make a layup. So we did our time. And now it's the time for the younger brothers. We relying on y'all. It's the time for y'all to take the mantle and take the baton. In a relay race, the man who runs first usually is not the fastest person on the relay team. It's usually the man who runs last. Because you feel like he's going to catch up to all the rest of the people. When we look at the world and we look at the society, And we look at the Christians and the Jews and the other people. We need the fastest man running because we got to catch up. We running behind. And the Lord said he gave us this book. And it's gotten sure without doubt. And we are the best that evolved for mankind. Because we enjoy what's right and forbid what's wrong. So now it's time for us to show that what Allah gave us, put that our best foot forward. And we got to give to catch up. So everybody in this room should be able to dig in their pocket and understand that, hey, these brothers need a check to continue working. Is anybody in here that's capable of giving $10,000 to this effort? Brother Elijah, Brother Taki.
Allahu Akbar.
Brother 3.
Allahu Akbar.
Is anybody in this room capable of giving $5,000 to this effort? You know, I had a brother. Brother Jamal, you give 5,000?
Allahu Akbar.
I had a brother, Brother Aquil Bassett. Y'all know my brother? Yes, I love my brother. Me too. My brother taught me one thing, man. He showed me one thing in his life. My brother was a hard-working man. He worked very hard. Very hard. He went out on a mission one time. You know, he didn't want to tell little bro everything. You don't tell me everything, boy, I'm still your big brother. I ain't gonna tell you everything. But he's going on a mission. He had a place where he was going to sail down in Augusta, Georgia. He took another brother, they rode out. About 2 o'clock in the morning, I got a call from a friend who used to work for me in Texas, who kept in touch with my brother, and she said, your brother is dead. I said, huh? So my brother was the kind of person that worked really, really hard. And he stacked all his money. He would come to me, he said, well, I'm stacked up. I said, what you got, brother? But when he died, I realized by the time it took me to get from Atlanta to Cincinnati, when I opened the door, all his money, or where I knew it was gone. It was gone. So brothers, if you in this room and you understand that tomorrow ain't promised to you, bro. Tomorrow is not promised to you. You got to get this money out your pocket now, and you got to do all the good you can. Right now, you got to put it in soul bank. You got to do something for your soul. The Sadaqah Jariyah is something that's good for your soul. It's that when you in the grave and the people still using these facilities, it's a blessing for you. It makes room and space for your grave. So I wanted to say that for some of the brothers who may be hesitant. I want you to understand, if you watch, we have more Muslim funerals in the last month than ever before. And some of the people that you love are returning so fast that you can't even schedule yourself because you got to go to a janazah every day, every other day. And if these people who were there, if they had a chance, they would give everything they had to have another day. And they would give everything they had if they knew that they was leaving tomorrow. But you brothers is here today. And you got a chance to give everything that you want to give. I ain't telling you give you rent money. I don't want you not to be able to feed your family, because the best sadaqah you give is the sadaqah you give to your family. But take care of yourself and understand that we can give to Allah. So we was at 5,000. Brother Jamal agreed to do 5,000. You got 5,000, brother?
Good.
Allahu Akbar.
So we got 3 at 10 of them. So what about 2,000? Is there any brothers that can do 2,000? Okay, we got 1, 2. Nordine, you getting this?
Yeah.
Okay.
You get it, Nordine? No. Who was that? You was up there.
Okay. 2,000, raise your hand.
Kwame?
Yeah, your son-in-law. Don't tell your daughter. Don't be calling in. Hey, the guy that Kwame just did 2,000. Don't call in. How about 1,000? Is there any people who could just do 1,000?
Give me some names.
Hadith.
Good.
Allahu Akbar.
Denise?
Make sure you get my son over there, little Kia.
Q, I got you.
Make sure you get him. Allahu Akbar. Make sure we get him. Yeah.
If I go follow HBN, he got some good clothes.
Yeah. Abdul Rabani, man, is such a special brother, man, to me in my heart. You know,
What's your name?
me and Abdul Rabani roll all around the country together in a Toyota Tucson. We were around the country. We started together with earrings, brass earrings. We said, Brother Rabani, I need some of them brass earrings. And we started with them brass earrings. But I tell you, the mercy of Allah, and Allah has blessed us so much to see these young brothers who are daughters and sons of the brothers that I used to run with. I used to run with these guys' fathers. And alhamdulillah, they stepping up. So without further ado, man, I think that all the older brothers that got special skills, like for me to look at the Islamic Center, I wouldn't even ever be able to look at it if I hadn't met Brother Elijah, because he taught me how to look at an ugly house and make it pretty. Because every time he took me to an ugly house and said, Sheikh, we can ready to buy this, I said, no, I ain't. What we gonna do with that? He said, man, we're going to put this up, that up. I said, man, I don't know nothing about that. You know? And we got Brother Taki, and Brother Taki, he and I and Elijah, we owned some apartments together. And we started Taki building houses when he was 16, 17 years old. And so he worked under Brother Elijah. Brother Elijah taught him, and then we got together and we bought some apartments. Of course, they came and gave me an OG. They say, boy, he's slow with spending that money. We go to OG, we got to have a plan. Because he's going to look at it up and down. But, hey, we got it done. And then you got Mahdi, who's in the room, who his father top beer. May Allah have mercy on his soul. Yeah. We worked together for 25 years. We met at Clark. Top beer left the restaurant at Clark. Me and him opened the restaurant, and then we opened a screen print shop. Me and Abdul Rabani opened a screen print shop, and we sent Top Beer to Spelman, right, Abdul? We sent him to Spelman to learn how to print. And Ishmael, yeah. And the first shirt we printed was Air Bart. Bart Simpson was hot. We put Bart Simpson on number 23 with some Air Jordans on, and boy, they was calling us from everywhere to buy them shirts. So alhamdulillah, we got history, brother. And we got to keep this history going, and we got to keep this movement going. The development of the Islamic Center is only a start of what we can do if we come together. African Americans have realized when they wanted Donald Trump out, that if they unified, then they could control the country, right? So they unified and they voted for Biden. Biden wasn't no, we as Muslims, we knew he wasn't no better than Trump, but you know, we got him. But the African Americans, they came together. Now it's time for the Muslims to come together. It don't make no difference where you come from, what community you are, we are not together. And if we come together and unify, even if we take 2 million Muslims and give $1 a month, we can change the circumstances of what these communities look like, what these masjids look like, how these people respect us. We can change it. We went to the meeting, we had a meeting with the mayors, the mayor-elects. But the first thing they wanted to know is where your people at? How many people you got? Like I told y'all, when I came to the West End, we was an army. But now everybody doing the individual thing. The supreme individual. That's what we're dealing with. So we want to lay that down, brothers, and we're going to have plenty, inshallah, plenty of activities. Because I like to see us together. Don't this feel good to be together?
Yes, sir.
Allahu Akbar. I feel good to see all my friends, all my old people, all my brothers, we together. And we need to continue this, brother. We need to continue being together. We need to do everything that we can to help these young brothers be successful. And if you don't have time, give money. If you got money, if you ain't got no money, give time. But there's always something for us to do. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.